Hi there, it's Kristen. I'm going to share some divine messages with you today. I just ask that our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light. We are loved. We are supported. We are protected. We are enough. Okay? Take a deep breath in with me. Release. Push that all the way out through your channel. If you need to repeat, please do so. All right, welcome in. All right, like, share, comment, and subscribe to support our channel. We're going to tap into some energy here and see what the messages are. We're going to start with this deck, and this beautiful card at the bottom of this deck is psychometry, and it talks about sensitivity. And so we're going to start with that. Don't mind me if I'm going to read some of these messages. Okay. Your sensitivity is increasing at this time. You may find that what you once was exciting to you no longer appeals to you, and that you're leaving behind certain friends, pastimes, and you continue to walk your spiritual path. In busy places such as shopping malls, nightclubs, pubs, you may feel drained, or that people's energies are too frantic for you. As your sensitivity heightens, your body may no longer tolerate synthetic foods, GMs, pre-processed ready-made meals, sugar, wheat, alcohol, or caffeinated or carbonated sugar drinks. Don't worry that life will become boring, although it won't. As your tastes change, you will become accustomed to a new, more gentle approach to life, and your old desires will melt away naturally as you adopt a healthy lifestyle, making you feel even more alive. Okay, so many of us are experiencing sensitivity at this time in the various ways that were just highlighted. All right, I feel like there's an acknowledgement of this, and this is letting you know that you're not alone in this, and you can ask your angels and guides for help as to work through some of these things if you're struggling. Okay, let's get some more messages for us. Flowers. You deserve flowers. You are this beautiful rose. Okay, beautiful rose. A rose with thorns, nonetheless, doesn't take away that the rose is still beautiful because it has thorns. The thorns serve a purpose. All right, the thorns serve a purpose. All right. One more. Astrology. So we have flowers, which talks about being fickle. We have aura, which talks about observation. And then we have astrology, which talks about destiny. Okay, bottom of the deck energy is handwriting and authenticity. Okay. Let's see if we can get some info here. All right, I'm going to pull a tarot deck. I'm going to get a couple cards. Okay. Okay, let's see here. One more, we'll do the trick. One more, we'll do the trick. Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Wow, someone's holding a strong position at this time. And there's truth, God's truth being revealed here. I'm getting like, tell your story. Somebody needs to hear it, okay? Let's look at the flowers. Can we get a couple cards for the flowers, the fickle energy here? What are you trying to elaborate with here? 9 of Cups, wishes and dreams coming true. This could be romance. Oh, could be drama with the 5 of Wands. Or this is a very big coordinated effort coming in. Ooh, the Devil. Goodness. Ace of Swords. Hiya. Who goes there? Who goes there? I feel like somebody may... I want to read what this says first before we do this tarot here. Flowers and fickle. If you've been playing games with someone's emotions, even your own, the Flowers card has come to ask you to make up your mind before you lose what you could, which actually could be a great relationship. possibly just exactly what you've been hoping for. Take stock of your behavior. Are you devoted one minute, then backing off the next, leaving things totally up in the air? Your lack of decisiveness is affecting others' happiness as well as your own. Now is the time to look at the root of the problem, which is fear. Ask yourself, what exactly are you scared of? What exactly are you scared of? So there's some fear here that could be affecting a situation here. And I'm getting with this Ace of Swords, there's a need to face it head on, right? Let's see. I feel like there's a lot of lies and betrayal and deceit and a lack of being authentic here that has contributed to the need to continue the charade. So there could be truth being revealed, and there could be some sort of distortion here. There could be some manipulation here. It could have something to do with like a party group, or maybe someone made ill wishes, and these are now returning back to them, and it's causing a lot of distortion, maybe now clarity as a result of maybe some of that distortion coming to the light now. It's like whatever was done in the dark is now coming to the light, okay? And it has something to do with someone being fickle, someone, you know, hiding behind some sort of false narrative here. Knight of Pentacles, so they could be wanting to, maybe there was an oath here that, you know, ended up, I feel like maybe someone's coming to collect, right? And maybe they don't have what they promised. Okay, so people could be like, well, they're fighting. There's like a false promise here. Okay, what else do you want to say about that? It's like whoever they worked with, they're dealing with the aftermath of this. All right, there could be a couple fighting with one another, and it's kind of like spilled out into a group, like the whole group's involved now. Maybe someone's finally finding out the truth about something or somebody, like what they're attached to. I'm getting what they do behind the scenes. Yeah, what they do for money. There could be someone with evidence here, someone wanting to come towards you, but it's been like you maybe have not heard from them in like a really long minute, okay? Like years, okay? Years. Look at this. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yeah, and this is about a King of Pentacles here that I'm picking up on. What does it say about this aura energy? Let's see. Wake up to what is really going on around you. What is really going on around you, right? Like breadcrumbing, gaslighting, giving to other people, prioritizing money, unfair treatment, bias, preferential treatment, you know, taking action towards things that you don't have any right taking action. This is like abuse of power, you know, maybe even like going after something abruptly, maybe not thinking things through. I'm getting like there's a need to, you know, leave Dodge. Yeah, and I feel like, look at this, like someone is like wanting to speak truth, and they don't care how it plays out. Like they don't care about how this affects anyone else. They're only focused on themselves and what they feel is valued. It's almost like their story is what they want to tell. They don't want anyone else to tell their story, or a different version of their story is what I'm getting. It says, take a good long look at yourself and at others, for all is not what has been painted in your mind. There are underlying reasons for certain people in your life acting as though they have your best interests at heart, although they are usually not always sweetness and light. This wake-up call serves you well. and asks you to look at areas of your life where you could be improving things, doing things differently, maybe a deeper investigation into situations that you have previously skimmed over. Become the observer and watch and learn. Notice every detail in a person's mannerisms and energy, and soon you will be able to determine the bigger picture and all that you witness. It's like, be the witness, right? Observe well, and subtle truth will emanate clearly for you to determine. So I feel like, woof. Always ask the question, is this for my highest good? You will witness something important. Become more aware of the signs and the symbols that Spirit brings you. Try to see the good in others. You have a gift for sensing and seeing auras. Okay, this talks about being the observer in the situation. Okay, maybe something is playing out here that you're being asked to observe from a distance. Okay. Yeah, I feel like someone, as a result of their action taken, has found themselves maybe in a situation that they need to walk away from. Okay. We gotta get a few cards on the astrology one. Okay. Astrology talks about destiny here. The Wheel of Fortune and Temperance. That be destiny, all right. Oh, baby. I feel like there was a lot that had to be processed here. And I feel like you had help from the divine with this angel presence, okay? When you see the tarot and you see the angels, you know, it means like divine intervention. You know, it really talks about like how present, you know, your spirit team, your angels, your ancestors are in your life. I'm getting like this was something that like peace is being restored here. I feel like this is part of your destiny, is to bring harmony and peace wherever you are. So you could travel, you could go from, you know, different realm to realm. I'm getting like you go where you're needed, so you trust that whoever you're meant to work with or experience will be, you know, divinely guided. I'm getting this is a bit of alchemy too, so you could have like alchemized quite a bit, maybe, you know, even some past life karmic contracts you may have brought into balance, and as a result have closed this stuff. So this is like cycle closure, and this is like integration, which is beautiful. And so you're very much on your destined path now. Let's get another card. Yeah, look at this. Look at what they tried to do. Okay, this is their destiny. I feel like their games only created an ending for them. And as a result, like this ending is going to hopefully be a catalyst for their awakening, right? This is like the dark night of the soul. And then even though things seem so horribly wrong, there's still a glimmer of light. There's still a blessing in disguise. It's just whether you're able to see it now or not. I feel like this is like someone who's trying to avoid accountability and responsibility. I feel like someone's created a lot of conflict, and there was a lot of difficult lessons here, and I feel like somebody can't run from this. Okay, I feel like there's the fated life, and then there's the destined life. I feel like they're learning a difficult lesson, okay, by trying to interfere with you. I'm getting, I feel like you also had an agreement here to teach them something. I feel like no contract goes wasted, meaning there's always something to learn. There's like lessons and blessings. And then I'm getting like Ace of Cups and the Moon. This is strong feminine energy here. This is strong like tapping into your abilities here to create. There is a need for balance here, and you were probably had an assignment with this person to show them like what true divine love is. Maybe they've not had that clarity or insight. I feel like maybe they have feared, you know, this, maybe they fear God, and as a result, don't hold space for God. I feel like you're the example that's being set. Like there's this illumination here playing out of just what you hold, like the vessel. You are like a vessel of God's love, and you're in the flesh. It's like you were hidden in plain sight, and it's almost like you might have been the lamb, okay? So that this can be some sort of transformation at the end of the day. All right, I'm getting that you've experienced your form of transformation. This is kind of, you know, the healing after the, you know, after there has been such difficulty, right? This is kind of like bringing things back into balance. And so this is like spiritual balance, spiritual justice, right? As well as some physical justice here. So I feel like that's playing out, and that's destined and fated here. Let's get some info regarding the authenticity card. You want me to use this? Okay, no. Just peeking. Oh, 8 of Wands. This is all playing out and is in progress, okay? So I'm getting like they will be met with opposition. Like they'll be met with force. I'm getting like the force. There's a force to be reckoned with. Is that how you say it? Something like that. Death. Okay, so this is going to create some sort of transformation, some sort of transition. It's like resisting change. Okay, so here comes change. Okay, whether you like it or not, you have no say. You can't escape it. Okay, it's outside of your control is what I'm getting, and there's a need to accept the inevitable. And as a result of this, they will never be able to access or have any effect on your life whatsoever. Okay, so they sealed their fate. Here, look at High Priestess. Yeah, okay. And the Chariot. And the 2 of Cups. I mean, yeah. I feel like at one point you felt trapped. And now, now you're a free spirit. And you're able to be with your beloved. Okay, partnership is destined for greatness here. This is you being in alignment and being able to co-create with another and the divine here. Lions are heavily significant here. Again, more angel energy, okay? I'm getting, you know, also with the Chariot and the High Priestess, you know, these are souls that are here on a mission, here to, they have like direct divine assignments here. They're balanced, okay? They're both balanced in this energy, feminine and masculine. Flip it, switch it, doesn't matter. But like they have the support of the universe to do what they came here to do. And I'm getting like there's endings for those who try to interfere. I'm getting like there was someone that tried to like spellbound or trap, sacrifice, or surrender someone. However, I feel like someone caught on to the truth, and there's a need to speak truth. And we're talking about authenticity here. So I feel like this is a calling that's been answered here. And I'm getting like these two will be working with one another in some capacity. It could have something to do with a communication effort. You could be divine communicators. Like you might often say, don't kill the messenger. And I feel like somebody may have tried to kill the messenger. I think they find themselves, you know, in a position of lack and burden. And again, that free spirit energy again. So what do you want to say about this handwriting authenticity? Tower. You're going to tell your story. You're going to tell your story so that other people can pick themselves up from this kind of experience and free their spirit. All right, the World card. Being able to complete Okay, the assignment, all right? Complete the ascension and awakening process. How does one do that, right? Very carefully. Yeah, I feel like you're telling like a whole story. Like you completed a cycle, you've ascended, you've reached some sort of like level of expertise. So whatever you have to say, I feel like it's meant for you to say it. Okay? I feel like your story is able to help others in some way. It's like you're here to help humanity on a bigger way, in a bigger way. All right? Look at, okay, the Star card. Yeah, I love this. It's like how you healed yourself back, right, from your experience. How did you work through and process this, right? People are going to watch. People are watching. You have their attention, okay? You are maybe being asked to research, look into things, use your discernment, okay? Be that observer here, right? Before taking action on things, and prioritize your energy, do some energy cleansing, clearing. I feel like all eyes are on you at this time, or they will be. And it might have something to do with your creativity, okay? Like look at the feather, angelic creativity. So that's beautiful. So something old might be ending with this tower, okay? Look at King of Swords, Ten of Cups. All right, so you very well could be observed from afar, and there very much could be someone who's interested in you. Just like, where was that? Oh, it's maybe over here. Like I remember seeing the Queen of Swords. That's the pair here. Yeah, you have some sort of spiritual authority here. You might actually be like an initiate, okay? Because I'm seeing like the Page and the King, and I'm getting like you could have some strong ancestral support here. This also could be like angelic, with the energy being very high on the ground here, and this also could be a partnership here. I feel like this energy is very intelligent. They have like mind over matter, very logical. I feel like they support their family. I feel like they may like really prioritize family. I feel like they could be watching what you're doing here in some capacity. You could be somewhere online. What else do you want to say about this? They may be asking you to connect. Okay, look at this. I feel like somebody's fallen ill as a result of them drinking all the Kool-Aid, or dipping into the Kool-Aid. There's something about all these drinks. There's something about like this false sense of security, hope, lust, romance, you know, winnings, and just like all the earthly desires. I feel like someone has taken advantage. I feel like they've taken advantage, and now they're being taken advantaged. Very heavy operating from the shadow side here. So it's like someone is stuck in fantasy land. All right. I feel like they fell for a fantasy. Again, authenticity. So they didn't go after anything authentic. It was all fake. Whereas I'm picking up energy over here where, you know, you're the authentic energy here. I feel like your boundaries are important. Stand your ground. Stand up for what you believe in. Speak your truth. Okay, speak your truth. Judgment. Ten of Pentacles. Is there another card here? No, there's the King, the Knight of Swords, sorry. Yeah. I feel like there has been some sort of like calling. All right, there's some sort of like I feel like there was a ruling, okay, this is what I'm getting. There was a ruling made in your favor, and you might hear about this, okay? So you could be hearing this like from something official, like an official person, authority. Maybe there's some sort of realization that happens, and as a result, someone like takes reckless action. Maybe they're finding out something that they didn't know. This is like a revelation here. They may connect with God for the first time in some sort of presence, or Archangel Michael here. Again, like divine intervention playing out here. I feel like someone's realizing a decision and choice that they made that, you know, might be causing them to act reckless in some way. So they could be getting clarity at this time. It might have something to do with the Three of Cups and some sort of connection here. Maybe some past memories. It might have something to do with the Queen of Wands here. Leo energy, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. And then I feel like there's this energy of like no longer invested in any of this. Maybe someone chose someone thinking they would make you jealous, or someone wanted someone because they thought that they, you know, would make you jealous. I feel like you're not in this like situationship. Okay. I am getting that there's this energy that is like the back is towards this, these challenges, these obstacles. Like these are not for you. Like you're focused on like what's next. All right. This is 8 Pentacles here, so there very much could be a realization that like what was created over here doesn't really amount to much, maybe. Maybe they're feeling some sort of like, I don't think it's creative over here. Like this ability to make things, yeah, look at someone is giving to somebody else. That's why. Okay, whoever they're connected with is giving to somebody else, regardless of all the money that like they may contribute. They may not get much back. I feel like there's a lack of reciprocation here. I feel like somebody's with somebody for the money. They don't really have much to kind of do, but I am getting like there's someone else in the mix, a masculine. Okay, someone, the King of Wands energy. I feel like this is what's going on. All right, there's like hiding, there's secrets, there's lies, there's betrayal here. So I feel like this Queen of Cups could be holding a secret about something that this masculine might have done with another masculine against a Queen of Pentacles, all right, of the light. Okay, maybe as a result of them being in a better position, there was some sort of like attack here. I feel like somebody has like blackmail or evidence. I don't know how I get all this information while I'm touching these cards, y'all. But I do. I do. I do. It's like all the information comes in. Like I just searched and I get a bunch of results. Yeah. There's this evaluation too. Like it's like you have a lot to show for what I'm getting like there's been time difference here, maybe a few years, okay, and in that period of time there was a lot created, right? A lot established, maybe more for you, less for them. Maybe you're being seen as the one that has like, wow, like they've really created a lot for themselves, they're doing well, right? And then there's like, okay, I don't really have much to show for this. So there's a bit of that. There's a bit of like competition, like always like checking to see like what you have versus what they have. Like it's like, who knew that you're in competition with your ex, right? Like they were jealous and envious of you, and so they constantly put you in competition, and it's like, you know, really affecting their life. Okay, it's affecting their choices, their life, everything that they sent your way is coming back at them, and it's gonna bite them in the ass. Okay, like this person's battered, bruised, like enough already, right? Like no weapon formed against will prosper. I'm getting that. Yeah, look at, what's the advice on this? Like, I heard leave it. Just leave it. The cycle's closing, y'all. It is closed for many of you, so this is kind of like the last bits. Because you're on a destined path now, you know. I feel like it was about perception and controlling the perception of you, because if they didn't look good, like it's like the hero, right? It's like if they didn't look good, okay, then it would say something about them. And so they had to paint you in some different light. And I feel like what's interesting is that you're being seen in your authentic light, and whatever they said about you is truly about them. And I feel like everybody's like catching on to this. I feel like focus on your dreams. I feel like this is your wishes and dreams coming true. There could be some sort of collaboration here. Something that like you do that people need, okay? There's something that you do that people really need. This is an Emperor in reverse that I'm picking up on. This is someone who's tyrant, abusive, okay? Especially with their wand here. This is someone who really operates out of ego and really like relies on this kind of satisfaction to feel good about themselves, okay? So this is what they know to, you know, for the ego boost. This is how they value themselves, okay? It's actually a lack of value. And I'm getting like, you know, I can't make this up, okay? Take it how it might resonate. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it for someone else, okay? But I do have an Emperor in reverse. I do have the Ace of Wands coming out in the middle. Okay, so this is like a passion that they share for one another. And then I have a King of Wands. So I am picking up two masculine energies at this time. And, you know, the largest emphasis of passion is what's displaying in this Ace of Wands card. So I am getting that this is something that is shared amongst these individuals, okay? And then I'm like, well, who's this Emperor? And then I see a card popping out, and I'm like, who's this? Who's hiding their sexuality? Who's hiding behind these secrets? Who's holding on to a relationship because there's evidence or there's some sort of blackmail? And it's the King of Cups. So this would be someone who's heavy in the water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. Four of Swords. So someone could be unwell at this time. All right. They could be dealing with a Leo here. I feel like maybe someone thought that. I feel like they maybe let their ego and natural instincts get the best of them to the point that it's created some unwellness. This is someone who's not well in this context. I feel like it is about going back and forth in between, you know, this could be a lot of energy exchanging, okay, back and forth here. This could also can represent a threesome here, 3 men, okay, or 3 people going back and forth. Okay. This could be like setting intentions. Okay. So they could be praying or casting. Okay. While doing this work. Ace of Swords coming out. You're protected from this energy. Whatever they were hiding is what's being exposed at this time. So someone's being exposed right now. What I'm getting is like the lover on the side is being exposed. They could be the one that's exposing the situation. I have an Empress at the bottom of the deck. Okay, the Empress will be prioritized. Okay, I feel like the Empress energy is like, I'm not an option. I am the only option. Okay, you may have actually said that to this person, or this is something that's heavily in our frequency, and I'm getting like the Empress will get what she deserves, and that is a relationship that is devoted, committed, and honest, and of equal reciprocity. I feel like this energy is not well over here. I feel like they're not well, and they're having to deal with the repercussions of their actions. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I feel like that is, you know, a chapter. This is closing out a chapter here. Again, this is karma playing out. All right, and then I'm getting like they breadcrumbed and juggled and gave to others, and they did this while they were in a soulmate relationship. They juggled you with karmic energies, and as a result, they lost the Empress, or they lost the Emperor, whatever the dynamic is, okay? So it's like that contract's over and you're getting a new contract with new experiences, and it's on your destined path and journey. I feel like they're going to have a real hard time manipulating the perception now that they were so adamant about controlling. I feel like they're going to have no control over what information is shared, and it's going to be bittersweet. So, ace and another ace. Okay, so this is like divine intervention coming out about this person, what's been going on behind the scenes. All right, there's no more hiding anything. Okay, no more hiding. Yowza. That's all I gotta say. Yowza. All right, I'll see you guys in the next reading. I love you so much. Thank you for watching our videos and supporting the channel. And yeah, just carry on, loves, carry on. Continue to hold the sword of truth, God's truth, and know that, like, you know, what goes around is coming back around. Oh, little brother. All right, love you. Bye.